Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about Forza Horizon 6 from perspective of someone that just started playing it. First ever Forza. I have like 50 hours. So, after spending some time with the game, we'll talk about what the game's absolutely nailed, what disappointed me, what really needs improvement moving forward. And honestly, the game is kind of frustrating in the best and worst ways possible. Because on one hand, the love of the game is strong. I really do love this game. But on the other hand, there's some choices made that made me stop and think like, why the fuck would they do that? So yeah, let's get into both good and bad. The good. I'm gonna start with the positives first because Forza does a lot of them right, surprisingly. From someone that's never played a Forza, I've heard a lot of negative things about. I'm like, I don't think this game's gonna be worth it, but here we are. One of the first thing is the sounds. The sounds of the game is so crisp. You go through a tunnel and you're already leaking down the leg. The sounds are amazing. The superchargers, the turbo spools, the dog box gearbox. Oh my god, if you get one of them, you hear the fucking gearbox and it's amazing. Especially in first person. It is amazing. The crash, the rate you hear your tires on the road and the dirt, the snow, the grass. The sound is so fucking crisp. And for a car game, the sound matters a lot. If the cars don't sound good, the driving experience is just going to feel a lot worse than it really is. Thankfully, Forza Horizon 6 delivers that perfectly. Next is the graphics. I run on all low because my computer is not that powerful. I average around 60 frames. I'm better off, honestly, getting it on console when it comes out. But in the meantime, we're on PC. And it's still, on all low, the lighting looks amazing. Reflections are okay. The weather is very dynamic, very iffy at some points, but still looks good, especially the rain. But either way, no matter what quality settings you got, it still looks insane. Next is the race variety, which is kinda here and there. It's still on the good side because how many races there are. You can be on the snow, you can be on the dirt, on the road, on the street. Like, there's so much variety in races. Tug battles. You can fucking race a robot in this game. I know you automatically win, but yes. And they do got drifting, but we'll get down to that later on. The map. Who doesn't fucking love Japan? Japan is the home of drifting. Some of the best cars made. The K-swap. It's all I need to say. Who doesn't love a good K-swap? But Japan is so beautiful. So much variety in such a map that you won't get nowhere else, I would argue, in such a small space. And I've heard a lot of people really, really love that they finally did Japan. I didn't know this was a thing in the Forza community where Japan wasn't really being listened to as a map choice until now, which I think is kind of crazy. Isn't Forza been around for a decade plus now? That's kind of crazy. Glad they did it though, and I'm glad it's my first one. One of the last big positives is honestly the car selection too. With such a beautiful map, the car variety needs to be solid. There's a strong mix of JDM Legends, muscle cars, supercars, hypercars, and tuner builds. And I've been experimenting with all of them. I made a drifting Cadillac limo. And honestly, it's fucking amazing how much you could do with so little. Even though the car, like, we'll get into the tuning later. But with only like 500 something cars, some of the things that you can do is just crazy. And no matter what kind of driver you are, there's probably something here that you will love. And having a stronger car roster will make the game so much more enjoyable. Especially that you don't have to use specific cars. Like, there's still, like, categories that they all fit into, but you don't gotta use, oh, you have to use a BMW, this, and that. No, let me use an electric Honda and fucking go around the map. Now, we're gonna get into the bad. And as someone that's played multiple car games from, I believe, Gran Turismo 3 4, 5, 6, and then I've played BeamNG, the Car X games, WRC Rally. The list just goes on. Um, there is a lot of stuff that annoyed me because I feel like I've seen Roblox games with better qualities in some of this. And even though the game is good, it does have its problems, and some of the issues are very surprisingly frustrating. This first one's not very frustrating. It's just I'm gonna talk like a blue hair chick for a second. We need more fat motherfuckers. I'm a fat not fat, but I'm a well-rounded individual. You know what I mean? And my character ain't so well-rounded. He's skinny. He looked like he take Ozempic, and I would appreciate a little option. Have a little bit meat. You know what I mean? Like look like he ate a couple too many Twinkies. I mean, when I was first making my original video, y'all could go watch that. Pretty sure there'll be a card up on the screen. I was looking for the fat motherfucker. There's no fat motherfucker. So all car people are skinny? That's a lie. Who be driving smart cars? The fattest motherfuckers ever. And I don't even know how they fit. It's like some clown shit. But yeah, just that is one of the main things. But the second one is very, 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 very important to me. And it's the driving physics. This is where it gets mixed for me. The driving feels more arcadey than simulation, which Forza is known for. You can't get me wrong. That's what Forza is known for. And I know it's always been arcade focused. And that's part of its identity. But even though it feels a little bit too arcade heavy for a new player like me, especially someone that's played Sim, I want something that's slightly more realistic, personally. It's something that still feels fun, but with some more satisfying handling right now, it would feel so much better. So much more better. And going on from the feel of how it drives, the tuning and customization is so horrible. It is horrible. You're telling me I can only put 5 negative degrees of camber? I can't adjust how much steering angle I get? Your drifting is honestly so bad in this game just because you can't adjust your steering angle. I feel like the drifting would be 10 times better if I could just tune that setting. But no, you want to give us a default of like 15 degrees. And it's honestly sad. A lot more is that body kits are ass. Completely ass. I understand that they use some body kit, like the front bumper and spoilers for aero. But I should be able to mix and match hoods from all different types of body kits. I shouldn't have to fucking only have a niche selection on each car. I should be able to put the RS8 GT wing on a fucking little Chinese car if I want. I think that should be possible, but no. Their body kit selection is so horrible. Except when the wheels, they got an amazing wheel selection, which I'm surprised about. But I feel like if they do a lot more to the tuning, especially with the steering, let's see, what else do they not have? Ackerman angle tune. Oh, that would be a lot more better. The brake tuning's actually not bad. Their spring tuning's not bad. Another thing when tuning, I hate how it loads every time you try to tune the fucking transmission. The transmission tune is so horrible in this game too. But yeah, there's a lot more they can do to tuning. Especially for a game centered around car culture, a player should have way more control over their fucking car's look and performance. Right now it just feels deeply moderate. It's like, Now the fourth is something that I make videos on a little bit. We call it, I don't want to say cry, but I was going to say cry. We complain about it on live. It's the fucking AI. Bowie knife out here whooping your boy ass. I ain't gonna lie. The AI definitely needs fucking work. Sometimes I'm clapping them AI cheeks like it's a Tuesday night and we have Akon singing in the back. But other times, it doesn't feel real. It feels unnatural as fuck. The movement is robotic, inconsistent, and when I'm racing them, it feels like they have way more grip than me, which is fucking crazy, by the way. How does the AI have more grip than me? What am I doing wrong? Yeah. I just want the races feel a lot more competitive, not awkward. Fifth, as someone that's doing this for their first Forza, the UI is too fucking confusing. I really think new players struggle with certain parts of this game. Sometimes it feels confusing. The menu does feel cluttered as fuck, and the UI could definitely be much more simpler. A cleaner and more beginner-friendly design would help out a lot. I know this game has sold a lot of copies, and you just know there's gonna be a lot of new players coming just because of Japan aspect. I feel like a UI would do a lot more for this game. Every time I go into a menu, it feels like I'm gonna go on a mission for 5 minutes trying to figure out where shit is. And not everyone wants to spend a tons of time of fucking figuring out these complicated ass menus. So yeah, I think a good UI is a lot more matterful than people think. Then, you've been hearing me talk about this last topic all video. It's the fucking drifting, man. It is so fucking bad. I'm gonna be real here. Drifting just feels so fucking rough. It doesn't feel smooth enough. It doesn't feel satisfying enough. And compared to other driving mechanics, it feels weak as fuck. Then there's the all-wheel drive drifting. And honestly, that's not fucking drifting. That is cheesy as fuck. It is called power sliding. Anyone in an all-wheel drive can pull a handbrake and go sideways for a bit. Motherfuckers in front wheel can do that. Go to 60 miles, hold your handbrake down. Is that drifting? No, that's called a fucking power slide. A drift is a controlled slide. All-wheel drive is just using your power to go through the fucking turn. It could be controlled, yes. I will give y'all that. But still, even people in the real world will say all-wheel drive, that's called power sliding. And the all-wheel drive drifting is so fucking unrealistic in this game. Like, your car, all-wheel drive would not handle like that. I am sorry. You are not Ken Block either. And Ken Block, there's even a clip of him out there saying, all-wheel drive drifting, that's just called power sliding. But the drifting is ass. That's why I think a lot more tuning and customization adding. It will really boost up rear-wheel drive drifting. The proper drift. I don't know how many people I've seen saying, oh, well, all-wheel drive's the real drift. No, the fuck is not. Go to a Formula Drift event and tell me who's running all-wheel drive. Not a single motherfucker. Look at all the fucking Formula Drift cars we have in the game. What did they come as standard? Rear-wheel drive? Wanna know why? Because that's what they drift in Formula Drift. That's like putting a basketball player in football, giving him a basketball and tell him to fucking shoot. Where the fuck is he scoring? Nowhere. So that's my take on fucking drifting. Now for my final thoughts. Overall, I think Forza is a good game. There is a lot to like. The visuals are amazing. The sound's great. The map is fun. Again, Japan as a setting is a huge thing for the community. But at the same time, the game has a lot of noticeable flaws. Driving physics, the customization, the AI, and drifting needs improvement. Right now, I'd say the game is good, but it's not amazing. Honestly, any other day, I would just go on CarX Street, CarX Drift Racing Online, BeamNG, Assetto Corsa. I'd go on any other game just to get better driving physics and enjoy it. But it has, let's see, a couple more months of PlayStation release. They have some time to fix some things. Hopefully they do it. The game's only been out for like a month or two now, so it has massive potential still. It just needs some polishing. But hey, at the end of the day, this is just my opinion. If you guys do agree with me, tell me what you guys think in the comments. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Also let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and bust one for your boy.